What's up, Spikes? Welcome back to another Goliath Gauntlet. For those of you who are new here or just are unaware of the Goliath Gauntlet in general, this is our live gameplay series where we take a singular deck and pit it against 4 different decks. It used to be 5. There was a rebranding. It's totally fine. So the idea behind this is to try to figure out how effective a certain deck is against different playstyles. It's not a huge sample size. It's 1 game each for 4 different decks, but it should give you at least a little bit of an idea of how a deck usually runs, what its strengths and weaknesses are, etc. So for this series, for this gauntlet, Eliot, who is this guy over here. I am Bill from the Spike Feeders. I touched my lav. That was probably loud. I am Bill. This is Eliot.
I'm Eliot.
And Eliot is the challenger.
I am.
Would you like to tell the lovely people at home what you have brought to the table today?
No.
Damn. Have a good day, everybody.
I'm bringing Dromai to the table this series, Gauntlet. I like this deck ever since it came out in Uprising. I was like, cool, dragony, illusionisty lady. And I like to make dragons. So my list is probably not the best because it does play at least one of each of the non-legendary dragons because I just like dragons. But other than that, it's a pretty stock list, a lot of red illusionist cards, and I'm going to try to smack you with dragons and cards.
I would much prefer that you don't do that because I would like to smack you with my sword as I am playing Dorinthea. So Dorinthea is the warrior hero. Before I get into that though, what is your equipment suite?
Oh yeah.
Professional.
I'm using Crown of Providence on my head. It's just the best blocking option nowadays, I think. And it has the neat tuck ability, helps you filter your hand. It's great. Same kind of story, Flame Scale Furnace. Helps me generate mana potentially, but mostly blocks for 3. Just really good.
It's a lot.
I've got Silken Form on my hands, arms. They look like they're like
wrists.
Wrists? Okay,
I
sure.
guess.
Wrists. This is a weird one. It could be a bunch of different things. It potentially should be like Ironhide Gauntlet or something against a deck like this if I want to try to like block a bigger amount. But I'm using this one. Might make an Ashwing with that first ability, but mostly it'll be a Quell pitch to make an Ash on your turn. And same kind of story with Phantasmal Footsteps on my toesies. The ability lets me pitch a red card on your turn to have them block for 1. Hopefully not
for an amount over 6.
Yeah, it is just attack, not attack card or action or whatever, right? Sword. So if this sword gets really big, my booties might break. But yeah, kind of same concept, trying to pitch a red on your turn to make an Ash. So hopefully have a big turn on my turn.
That would be nice, probably, for you.
For me.
Not for me.
I would like it to be nice for me.
Storm of Sandakai as well.
I'm using Storm of Sandakai as my Draconic Illusionist weapon because it has the text that I like, which is dragon allies you control have once per turn, action, 0, attack.
Yeah, the most important thing is dragon. That's the only word.
This one say dragon, and then I guess for those unfamiliar as well, Dromai does say whenever you pitch a red card, create an Ash. If you've played a red card, dragons you control have go again while attacking. So that's a combination with Storm of Sandakai. I'm going to hopefully have an army of dragons. Hopefully Bill's going to attack my face with the Dawnblade because he's greedy, and then I'll just get to attack him with a bunch of dragons a bunch.
Interesting. And what will I be attacking you with? Why, Dawnblade, of course, as I am Dorinthea, as I said previously. So I'm going to be trying to play Dorinthea. This is a pretty stock Dorinthea list, just looking to leverage Dawnblade and the effective pump spells that Warrior has access to, as well as the attack reactions to keep the mind games afloat. So I'm going to be trying to hit a bunch of times with this Dawnblade to make it big. And in addition to that, my equipment suite also consists of Crown of Providence. It's just a really good blocking option. Helps to unbrick hands by getting to trade in a card for something else.
That's what I said.
Yeah, but I'm doing the same thing. So. I also have Courage of Bladehold, which does block for 2, and then also makes my sword attacks free for a turn if I want, which is quite good, because making sure you want to do everything in this deck sometimes costs a lot of mana. Resource with a capital R, I should say. Trademarked.
Professionals.
I'm also wearing some Braidforge bracers, mostly just to block. Sometimes they add an additional 1 damage, which can be nice, but they also do just block for 3, which is a lot. And then also Refraction Bolters, blocks for 1, and is go again in a pinch. So pretty standard stuff, nothing too crazy on either side of the table here, but let's see if the gameplay can make up for that. And Eliot won the die roll.
Yeah, so I actually did win the die roll, but Bill is still going first. My thought process there is, like I was saying kind of in the opening, with my arms and my legs, I'm hoping to pitch to make an ash on your first turn and then refill my hand for free and have a really big turn, hopefully.
Yeah. So there's that, and also I threatened to beat you up if you didn't let me go first.
Oh, true, and I peed my pants.
Anyway, good luck and have fun. Well, I think I'm going to just try to come out the gates swinging here, and I'm going to be swinging the Dawnblade. I'm going to first kick things off with the Steel Blade Supremacy, pitching this blue Warrior's Valor. So until end of turn, target weapon, this one, gains +2 attack, and whenever it hits, draw a card. And that is for the remainder of the turn.
Great.
With one of my 2 resources floating, I'm going to come in with this Dawnblade for 5. And if it hits,
Draw a card, you say.
Indeed.
I'm not going to do anything too fancy with this first attack. I'm going to declare a block with this Dunebreaker Senpai from my hand, as well as my Flame Scale Furnace, which will just be for 5.
For 5. Okay. I do have an attack reaction.
Oh, interesting.
As warriors are wont to do. I'm going to spend this 1 resource that I have floating to cast this red Stroke of Foresight from my hand. So it gives target weapon attack +3, and then if defending hero is defended with a card from their hand, this chain link, I draw a card, and then I can put a card from my hand on the top or bottom of my deck. I would like to put this card on top of my deck.
On top. Interesting.
On top.
Okay. Unfortunate for me. I am going to take 3 here.
Okay. I also have an effect by cracking my Refraction Bolters. Because a weapon I attack hit, I can destroy this to give the attack go again, which I would like to do.
This is bad for me.
Little bit.
Un petit peu.
Un petit peu. So Dawnblade hit, and because of that, I can attack with it a second time with Dorinthea.
And you draw a card.
And I draw a card, which is the card that I already knew. Then I'm going to be breaking the combat chain.
Okay. Not so bad for me.
And I'm going to be activating my Braveforge bracers.
Bad for me again.
So that is, because a weapon I control has hit this turn, my next weapon attack gets +1. And to use that, I pitched this blue Iron Song response, so I have 2 resources floating, go down to 1 floating, and attack you with this Dawnblade again for 6.
6 is the magic number there, hey? That's tough. Well, I'm going to do the thing that I came here to do, kind of. I would like to quell 1 by pitching this Rake the Embers.
That becomes 5.
Sure.
Yeah.
And it makes me an Ash. That's importante here. The rest, however, I am taking to the mouth, I think.
Okay.
So I would like to declare no further blocks or anything.
I have no reactions to that.
I go to 12.
Very good. And I will draw an additional card off of Steel Blade Supremacy.
And this gets a counter, right?
It does.
Ooh.
It gets an official real counter instead of those fake counters I was just showing you.
The ones from before.
So I don't have any further things to do. Unfortunate for me. But I would like to arsenal this card and pass the turn over to you.
Okay. Well, I was able to do the thing that I wanted to do.
You made an Ash.
So that's cool. So that means I would like to start my turn off by invoking Miragai by pitching this Embermoss Senpai. It will target my Ash, but it will also create me a new one. So I'm going to put another one over here.
Very good.
And I'm going to make Miragai. This is a 2 attack, 4 health.
Yeah.
Yeah, health. Why not?
Yeah, 4 butt.
4 butt. And it is my first dragon attack each turn loses and can't gain Phantasm.
I see.
Next, would you look at that? I have a second Ash. I would like to invoke Asvalai.
You planned that.
I might have. Asvalai is another dragon. He's cool. His invoke costs 0 for some reason. That's busted. And he is also to attack. He's only got 3 health. And it says, whenever Asvalai attacks, I may have him deal 1 arcane damage to up to any 2 targets. Not relevant against you because you're not going to have like allies or anything.
That's true.
But he's going to shock you, hopefully. So then I'm going to go to my attacks. I don't think it matters because I don't think you play any attacks, but I'm going to, just for safety, attack with Asvalai first.
Okay.
So it loses and cannot gain Phantasm.
Interesting.
It will also trigger the Asvalai, so I would like to deal 1 arcane damage to you.
Well, I will be taking 1 arcane damage.
Good.
Because I do not have any arcane barrier. Goodness gracious.
I caught it.
Did you cheat?
I caught it later, though.
Okay,
These are definitely dead.
That's fine. Everybody at home, that's fine.
I didn't try to use them again.
Yeah. Okay, so you were attacking me for 2?
Just 2, and you took the 1 arcane already.
I did. I would like to declare a block for 2 with this Courage of Blade Hold.
You may.
I did.
Oh. I played a red card.
You did.
So my dragons have go again.
They do.
They also, I'm holding this staff.
It's
a scepter. It says it's a scepter.
It's a nebulous thing.
Bleh. Attack you again. This one's for 2 again.
Aha, also block for 2. I'd like to put this card from my arsenal onto the bottom of my deck.
Must be nice.
Draw a card.
I have no further effects, unfortunately.
Okey-dokey.
I will arsenal my last card.
Very good.
All right.
You know, we at the Spike Feeders have a saying.
Oh, no.
And that saying, for those of you who are unaware, is what are we doing if we're not going for it?
This is bad for me.
So I'm going to be going for it. I'm going to kick things off here by cracking my Courage of Blade Hold to make my sword attacks cost 1 resource less this turn.
Yeah.
Which makes Dawnblade free, essentially. Then I would like to follow that up with an Iron Song Determination to give target weapon +1 attack and dominate until end of turn. I'm going to denote the total attack value that Dawnblade has for this turn with dice, if that's okay with you.
Sure, let's do it like
this,
and then
to keep track of the thing, because I also want to know just how much it is in total. So both of those were free. I'm going to play something, 2 things that are not free. I'm going to play this Steel Blade Supremacy by pitching this Hit and Run.
Must be nice.
It is. So until end of turn, target weapon, this one, gets +2 attack, and whenever this hits, draw a card. Then, using this other resource, and I still have 1 floating, I'm going to play the Spoils of War to give my next weapon attack this turn +2 and to go again. And then whenever a weapon I control hits this turn, I create 2 copper tokens. Then, for free, I would like to attack you for 9 with go again and dominate, and when it hits, draw a card.
Me or
you?
Oh, okay.
Your face.
9?
Yes.
Why? Why would you do that? I'm going to try to reduce the damage at least a little here. I'm going to block with this Crown of Providence for 2.
Very good.
I'm going to block with this Flame Scale Furnace, unfortunately only for 1. And then the card that I would like to block with from my hand because of Dominate is this Invoke Vincerikai, which does block for 3.
This is true.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
6. Very good. I have no reactions.
Okay, that's okay for me.
So it would be a total of 3.
I will take 3 for now.
I do make 2 copper tokens.
That you do.
They will not be relevant, I promise.
Perfect.
And then I draw a card from Steel Blade Supremacy.
Yes.
The Spoils of War is still around because of the copper tokens, but the buff is not. So I'm going to just keep that in mind there.
Sure. My Crown of Providence. I am going to put this one on the bottom.
Very good.
And draw a card.
I will be breaking the combat chain.
Okay.
to activate my Brave Forge bracers with my 1 resource floating.
My Flame Scale Furnace gets a second temper counter, so it's going to break, and then this has Blade Break, so it will also break.
Very good. Then, still for free, and because that had go again and it hit, I will attack you for a total of 8.
I will block with these Phantasmal Footsteps.
Okay.
When I defend with them, I will pay red by pitching this Invoke Yenderai, which is a red, so I will make an Ash, and they get +1. Or, no, sorry, it becomes 1. If
That's
it
true.
got +1, it'd be busted.
Yeah.
And then I have no further blocks. Do you have any attack reactions?
No.
I have a defense reaction.
You fiend.
It is a sink below.
Okay.
I would like to put this card on the bottom and draw a card.
Okay.
Hopefully, it's a cooler card than I have been drawing. And hopefully, I do not die here. I'm currently blocking 5 of your 8. Tell me in the comments if I'm dead.
Well, I can tell you right now
Uh-oh.
that you're not, because that's fine. So you'll take 3.
Take 3.
I will draw a card from Steelblade's Supremacy.
Uh-huh.
This gets a counter.
And my footsteps die a horrible, painful death.
Yes.
Because that attack was huge.
Then I'm going to arsenal this card from my hand and pass to you.
Alrighty then.
I do get 2 more coppers as well. I promise you, everyone that's listening, it will not be relevant.
Well, I have 1 play and 1 play only.
I like it.
I am going to invoke Dromai, targeting this Ash.
Okay.
That's another one of these ones that for some reason the invoke costs 0. That's cool and fun. So it will turn this Ash into Dromai, which is another, not another. This one has 3 attack, only 2 health, and once per turn when it attacks or leaves the arena, gain an action point.
Or leaves the arena.
Maybe.
Yeah, tough.
Then I'm going to go to my attacking thingies. 3 coming at you with the Dromai.
I would like to declare no blocks.
I cannot attack reaction in this deck. Spoilers.
Yeah, good.
Next up, I'll attack you with this Asvali and try to deal 1 arcane damage to your face as well.
Yes. 1, 2.
And finally, Mirror Guy.
Block.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I will arsenal this last card in my hand again and pass it on over.
Okay.
Look at my cool guys. They're just cool guys. I'm just trying to win the game here, and you're being
They are pretty cool guys.
rude.
I'm not going to lie to you. They are pretty cool guys.
Well, let's get some Babylon counter, pal. Yeah, he's trying to cheat me here. Trying to pull one over on your boy.
I just don't like it when you win.
When have I ever done that?
I'm really good at making sure it doesn't happen so far. I'm going to play the Spoils of War. Pitching this Nourishing Emptiness.
What? You would have got me.
I know.
Oh, that's crazy.
I know. So next thing gets +2 and go again. And then whenever a weapon hits at all, I get 2 copper tokens. Then I would like to declare an attack with this Dawnblade, pitching this out for blood, at Dromai.
Interesting. Okay. Dead guy.
Then I would like to pitch this Sigil of Solace to attack Asvali.
Unfortunate that you are doing that. I was hoping you wouldn't know that plan.
If Dawnblade hits, if it's the second time, I would like to pass the turn.
Well, we're in a very weird spot now. This is not at all what I thought was going to happen. Well, I'm going to make a bit of a weird play here again, I think, because there's a couple things that I want to try to do. So I'm going to start things off by playing this Spears of Surrealty. pitching this Invoke Uvia, which is a red, so that'll make an Ash. And this is a Phantasm attack with Go Again for 5.
I declare no blocks.
Please take 5.
I did.
I have played a red card this turn, so dragons have bleh, attack for 2.
That's fine. Take 2.
Very interesting. I think it's a bit of a setup angle in it.
Why?
I'm going to attack with this red sweeping blow, pitching this other Invoke Miragai. I pitched a red, so I make a second Ash here. And then when I attack with this, I make an Ash.
Oh, that's how that works.
It's a bit of a setup turn, in it? For 3. This also has Go Again, but...
Just to be extra safe, I will block for 1.
Sounds good. Please take Dose. I have no more resource, unfortunately, so I will pass the turn.
Okie dokie. Well, let's see what you got, Eliot.
Ruh-roh raggy.
Iron Song Determination.
Oh, that's the Dominate one.
Yeah, I'm going to choose this weapon.
Yeah.
I'm also going to play this Sharpened Steel to give my next weapon attack +3. Then I'm also going to play this Blue Warrior's Valor, pitching this blue Out for Blood to give my next weapon attack +1, and if it hits, it gains Go Again. And then going down to 1 resource, I would like to attack you with this Dawnblade for 6, 7, 10, 11 with Dominate.
Miragai, right? Yeah, happens. Yeah, Miragai dies.
Yeah, it has Go Again.
Oh, it's still bad for me. Yeah, well, even if I drew my other Sink Below or my Oasis Respite that I do play in this list, I would still take 7. And it has Dominate. So I can block it with this Burn Them All for 3.
Okay.
And then die.
Okay.
That's so sad. You had like an off turn there.
Yeah.
I thought I had it.
That turn, I specifically drew all reds.
Yeah.
And the only saving grace, I think, from that off turn was that Dawnblade is just hits and not hits a hero.
Yeah, sucks for me.
I was able to at least still put a counter and not lose counters.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, that crackback that you had, it could be argued that I was being greedy by not blocking anything, but I think that was my winning play anyway.
If you you obviously, I guess, knew you had the Dominate in your hand, right? Because that is what matters there, right? The fact that there's no combination of cards that I can block with once all of my equipment's out like that.
Yeah.
I got stuck with this blue Rake the Embers here. I wanted, I arsenaled it on the 1 turn because it blocks for 2, and I wanted to draw a hand that blocked for more than 2, which I did, and then you attacked 2 of my dragons instead. My setup there was really nice. I had the Asvali or any 1 dragon and the Chromai. So even if I just block 12 every turn, I can attack, get an action point, attack, which was going to be my plan going forward. But unfortunately, you've played against Dromai before. You're probably the one that taught me that line. And so you killed both of them.
Yeah, I have been in a situation, I don't play Dromai often, but every time I have, I've gotten into a situation where the only 2 permanents I have in play are Kyloria and Chromai. And that is an exceptional 2-card board state because you can just block with your entire hand every turn.
Yeah, I had a weird one there. I had to pitch, I don't know, maybe it was a Yenderai, not a Kyloria, because I guess for those that don't necessarily know, Kyloria is the one of the dragons, at least, that has 4 attack, which is a really nice breakpoint. And I didn't have the Ash, I think, to invoke it, and then if I didn't do it a certain way, I couldn't do both or whatever. Yeah. My hand that turn looked pretty cool, though. I had this Burn Them All and this Spears of Surrealty. So I was like, potentially coming in for a lot. Maybe could have gotten somewhere. But
yeah, well, I mean, especially
Dominate card.
Especially with the Burn Them All, that's just like extra reach that is really good, especially in the late game, and especially because I don't have any Arcane Barrier anyway.
Right.
That if you were allowed to, like, if it was allowed to get back to your turn with that, that would have been a big driving force, I think, in potentially winning. But Dawnblade, big, and Smack.
Yeah, I guess obviously should have been greedier earlier on in like trying to block it, but like the first big turn you had the Dominate card as well, right? I think, or maybe
the very first one was just Steelblade Supremacy.
Okay.
But I had the attack reaction, so it was, you had to just anticipate the attack reaction. I mean, that's like normally a safe bet against Dory, but at the same time, like you don't necessarily want to mulligan your full hand. I'm sure there are going to be people in the comments that say you absolutely do every time, but I don't know. For me, at least, if I'm against a Dorinthea and I have cards that I think are going to be an impactful turn 1, or I guess turn 2, then I'm more inclined to try to keep those. So
yeah, right.
Sometimes you have to make them have it.
Right. Like I had the setup on turn 1 was my thought with making 2 dragons, which is essentially what I feel, at least you're like almost always trying to do, is make 2 dragons on turn 1 is like really strong. Maybe the wrong 2 dragons. Maybe I should have thought about that a little more and whatever. But anyway, this has gone on long enough.
Yeah.
You're probably not even watching anymore.
But if you are, good discussion.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we will see you next time around for the second game.
Yeah. Episode 2, season 8.
Hey, thanks for checking out the Spike Feeders on YouTube. Before you close the window, make sure you click subscribe for more great Flesh and Blood content.